Today we're going to be going over the best coaching adjustments to use for Madden 25. So we're going to talk about like actual in-game coaching adjustments for like the offensive defense screen, and after that we're going to back out into like the actual settings and just like some settings that you should have on in general. So we got a lot of stuff to go over, man, so let's get right to it. So starting off with the offensive coaching adjustments, the first thing you're going to see is tempo adjustment. You can put it on no huddle, chew clock, normal. I'm pretty sure you understand that. It's, you know, when you want a chew clock, you put it on chew clock. I've never used the no huddle one. There's really no point of it because after a play you can already like no huddle. Really, you either got it on normal or you're putting it on chew clock, the run clock. That's pretty much that. That's self-explanatory. So you have that on whatever situation you're trying to do. Deep pass catching, intermediate pass catching, and blocking. This you don't want to touch, especially not blocking, because if you put it on blocking, it leads to, you know, your lineman not blocking as good. And if you put it on aggressive, it's just going to lead to you getting holding calls. So none of that stuff, don't touch it, just leave it on balance. For ball carrier though, you're going to have conservative and aggressive. If you put it on conservative, it's going to make it to where you can't spin, you can't juke, and you'll have a real less likely chance of fumbling. But I do gotta say, in this Madden, I've seen people fumble on a conservative, so I don't know. Still be careful with that, but it's still gonna give you a decreased chance of fumbling. So it's to where if you put it on aggressive, it's just gonna make it to where like you have a higher chance of breaking tackles and stuff like that, but your rate of fumbling is gonna go up a lot higher. So usually you never want to put it on aggressive. I usually put it on conservative when like it's the end of the game. We want to run the clock out and get out of there and make sure we don't fumble. Besides that, I'll leave this on balance. So for the defensive coaching adjustments, there is a lot more, which is what most of you are probably here to see. Auto flip defensive play call. I leave this on just because this is like, so if the offense flips, say they're in bunch, they flip it to the other side, the defense will flip with it. I run mostly zone though, so I know man, like things are different like that, but speaking on man, that'll bring us to the next thing, auto alignment. So usually I always have my auto alignment on base. If you run man covers though, you do not want to leave that on base. You want to leave that on default, or I think you could have it in man. I don't really play man, so I don't know too much about it, but if you mostly play man, I would just leave that on default. But if you run zone, you definitely want to have auto alignment on base. This is going to be a big thing. It's just going to have it to where your defense doesn't really try to match like the offensive players, like where they're standing. So they come out and spread, and you got the two slot guys right here. Your linebackers aren't going to try to line up right in front of them. They're still going to line up right in the box that they're supposed to. So if you run zone, you definitely want to have base on. Cornerback matchups, leave this on balance. Do not change this. Option for defense, this is where like if guys are running read options and stuff like that, you can put it on conservative and aggressive. If you put it on conservative, the D end will watch the quarterback on the read option. If you put it on aggressive, the D end will not even worry about the quarterback. He's just going to go straight for the handoff. So I guess like if you know like a guy's never going to run a read option like that, you could put it on aggressive. But usually for me, I leave it on balance unless the quarterback is running read options and stuff. Then I put it on conservative. That's usually how I do that. Strip, which honestly every game you can start off by putting on conservative. That's just something I kind of always do anyway. But if he's not running read options, you don't have to. Strip ball, I usually leave this on balance. If you put it on aggressive, it's gonna, yeah, they're gonna try to strip the ball harder, but it's gonna lead to a lot more break tackles. If you put it on conservative, it's gonna lead them to never trying to strip it. So I just leave it on balance. Same thing with tackling, I leave it on balance. If you put it on conservative, they're never going to try to hit stick. If you put it on aggressive, they're always going to try to hit stick, which is going to lead to a lot more broken tackles. So once again, I just leave that on balance. Now we are on to zone drops. And actually, before we even talk about zone drops, some people have asked me, how do you go into match this year? Because last year it was in the coaching adjustments, you could turn match on or off. This year, to get into a match defense, one, you cannot use zone drops. You have to leave them all in default, and it has to be, the play has to say, I think it should say like match on it or something. We look through it, like some plays will say match, like so the play all the way to the right there, cover 4 quarters, you see it says match. But you got to make sure you don't have any zone drops on in order to get into match. If you have any zone drops on it, I heard it cancels out the match. So zone drops, the last couple years, I've pretty much ran them the same. This year, though, I've had to do it a little bit differently. And the reason why is because this year, curl flats, which are your purples, if you put them on 0 to 5 yards, right now, they will not play that depth. They will play 10 to 15 yards, no matter what. I don't know why. It's glitched. It's not supposed to be like that. And the problem that leads to is you cannot double Mabel now. If you don't know a double Mabel in this, like, you put your cloud flats on like 25 to play deeper, and then you put your curl flats shorter to play 0 to 5 yards. And some people are like, okay, why not just reverse it? For the way my defense works, you just can't. It's just not possible because the outside corners are the ones you'd have on the cloud flats, and then your slot corner or your backer is the one you're putting on that curl flat underneath. So it just wouldn't work. So double enabling for me has been damn near impossible this year. So how I've been running my zone drops, I've actually been putting my flats, my blues, I've been putting them on 0 to 5 yards and using them to play the flat. I don't even touch curl flats, and if I do, I usually will put it on 20 to 25 yards, but most of the time, I don't even put them out there because it's just they're damn near pointless. My hook curls, I'll float around between 5 to 10 yards. That's kind of what it is, and I just blitz the shit out of the person I'm playing, and just, yeah, because half the time you're going against someone stem route glitching, so it's like, really, if you just take away the route that they're stem route glitching, they really don't have too many reads, so you just gotta, hope they throw something stupid. But yeah, for the most part, I'll have my hook curls on 5. If we, get a sack, we back them up, then maybe I'll drive them back to 10, 15, have them play the sticks or whatever the case may be. And then off the rip, I'll have my cloud flats on like 0 or something like that. I'm sending a lot of pressure. Then if they come out, maybe they come out like a tight or something like that where I need to I need to play like, okay, I need to get them back to play a corner out, then I'll throw them on 20 to 25. So it's either I'm going 0 to 5 for the flats, or I'm going 20 to 25 to play outside corner routes. And then, hook curls, I usually start them out at 5 to play really underneath, and then if I need to back them up, then I'll put them at like 10. So, and like I said, the curl flats, I just really have not even been using them because that's what I used to have to legit play the flats. So I'm gonna need them to fix that. So now we're going to the home screen, and we're gonna go over some actual settings before you even get into the game that I feel like you should have on. Coin toss, in my opinion, I feel like the best one you want to have on is kick, just because that means you're going to get the ball at halftime, which, Madden right now is a very, kind of who has the ball last type thing, or just you got to be very time management in this game, and you want to make sure you're the one with the ball last, because it's really hard to get stops in this game, so being able to get it at halftime kind of gives you a lot more control the second half. So, kicking, I feel like the best kicking meter is the classic Madden meter, tap and hold. It's just the OG kick meter. The other one is really bad. I don't know why anyone would want to use that, but I dropped a whole video going over my passing mechanics, but I'll just show you real quick. Placement accuracy, pass lead increase, I have this on none, and then reticle speed, I have this on a 3 out of 20. Like I said, I dropped a whole video talking about that, but for gameplay helpers, auto defensive flip, I have this on just because if the offense flips their stuff, and your defense will just flip with them, it'll be a lot easier. Defensive ball hawk, I have this on. Defensive heat seeker assist, I have this on. Defensive heat seeker window size is 100%. What this is, it's just basically like, it's just, I don't remember the whole basics of it, but I know it like leads to like pursuit angles and tackling. It's supposed to make it better, so I've always had that on. And then defensive switch assist. This is like if you get clicked onto the wrong guy, and it won't mess up what that guy was doing, so it doesn't like mess up the whole thing. Sometimes if you click on the wrong guy, it's like, oh shit, now this whole thing's messed up. It won't do it off the rip unless you actually make it that some move or something like that. So those are pretty much the coaching adjustments, the settings and stuff that I use. If there's anything that I missed and I didn't go over, you guys can comment down below. I'll answer anything that I might have forgot about if you guys got any questions or anything like that, but I think we kind of covered everything. Relatively, like I said, most of the stuff I run is the same every year. It's not too different. This year is definitely a little bit different with the zone drops, just because they pretty much have broken curl flats and actually playing the flats. So hopefully that can get fixed, because that is a major problem and another reason why it's very hard to play defense. So that's pretty much all I got for you guys today, man. If you guys did enjoy the video, man, drop a like. And if you're not subbed, definitely sub to the channel. We got a lot more Madden videos coming out, and college videos too, if you guys enjoy college. Been playing a lot more college a little bit myself, but you know what I mean, still play Madden obviously because that's what I play. But I do hope they can drop some updates to fix this game a little bit, because the gameplay is definitely rough right now. So that's all I got for you guys today, man. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like. Till next time, man, I'll see you on the next one.